This is short answer type question in the variation chapter number 13. This is sum number 17 part 1. If x direct variation with y square and y equal to 2a when x equal to a, find the relationship between x and y. So therefore this is given. So therefore we can write x equal to k y square, where k not equal to 0 and constant variation. Putting the value of y equal to 2a and x equal to a, we get 2a whole square. So therefore a equal to k into 4a square, 2a 4a square, k equal to a by 4a square. Eliminate a in numerator and denominator, so the remaining should be 1 by 4a. After reducing, the term should be 1 by 4a. So therefore we just found the value of k, so therefore we can write this equation. Putting the value of k, we can write x equal to 1 by 4a y square. So the relationship between x and y a is 4ax equal to y square is the relationship between x and y. This is sum number 17 part 2. If x direct variation with y, y direct variation with z, and z direct variation with x, let us find the product of three non-zero constants. So therefore what is given? This is given, where x direct variation with y, y direct variation with z, and z direct variation with x. So therefore we can write x equal to k1y, y equal to k2z, and z equal to k3x, where k1 comma k2 comma k3 not equal to all of these three constants are not equal to 0, and all are constant variation. So therefore after this we know x equal to k1y, we know that. Now the value of y is k2z, so we can write k1 k2z. After that we know the value of z, k3x. So eliminating x and x, we get k1 into k2 into k3 equal to 1. Therefore product of the three non-zero constants, which one is k1 and which second is k2 and third is k3, equal to 1. This is the required answer. This is sum number 17 part 3. If x inverse variation with 1 by y and y inverse variation with 1 by z, let us find it there be in relationship of direct or inverse variation between x and z. So we have to find the relationship between x and z. So now this is given, x converse variation or inverse variation with 1 by y and y inverse variation with 1 by z. So therefore we can write x equal to k1 into 1 by y and y equal to k2 into 1 by z, where k1 and k2 not equal to 0 and constant variation. So therefore we know x equal to k1 into 1 by y. We know this value. Now here the value of y is equal to k2 into 1 by z. k1 1 by k2 by z means it's carry forward in the numerator. So therefore we can write x equal to k3z, where k1 by k2 equal to k3. Now this is the formation of direct variation, so we can write x direct variation with z. So the relationship between x and z is x and z both are in direct relation, or both are in direct variation. This sum number 5, last sum in the chapter of variation. Sum number 17 part 5. If b direct variation with a cube and a increases in the ratio of 2:3, let us find in what ratio b will be increased. So therefore this is given b direct variation with a cube. So therefore we can write b equal to k a cube, where k not equal to 0 and constant variation. One important thing, in every sum we have to write this k, k1, k2, k3, this type of values, just only writing this constant variation and not equal to 0. But you have to write this is very important. So after this, a increases in the ratio 2:3. So therefore b1 equal to k into, first ratio is 2, so therefore 2 cube, and the second ratio is 3 cube. So the in what ratio b will be increased? So b1 by b2 equal to k 2 cube by k 3 cube. 2 cube means 8, 3 cube means 27. So 8:27. So required ratio is 8:27.